Alright, still playing carrier, and my capacity to screw this up tremendously is unbounded. It's brought to my attention that I had still too many planes on my flight decks. And I realized why. The limit is per step, not per counter. So you're allowed 8 steps on the flight deck before you can launch or unlaunch or whatever. What has that meant? It meant some searches went out with too many steps, but when I actually conducted the search, I conducted it with as though I had only the amount of steps that I could have legally launched. So that's not really an effect, except I've hurt myself by cycling more planes in the air than I would have. Of course, I think I've gotten some into servicing here off the hangar already, and I probably serviced them too quickly, so it didn't even hurt me yet. But it also, the attack that I launched here went with too many steps, and this was this would have been 10 steps, which I couldn't have launched all at once. I'm going to charge myself an extra air movement for that. That means these guys are out of range. They're going to have to roll on the chart. Maybe some of them will land in the drink. This thing as well looks like it's got too many steps in it. So I'll charge that an extra air movement. Yes, I would have had to launch it earlier. This one looks okay. This is just the transfer one. Oh boy. Alright. Okay, so we push into turn 3, and a lot more Japanese forces on the board. This is their last reinforcement for the first day. There's a possibility of more stuff coming in later. I haven't fully understood the rules for that. Basically, if you reach commitment levels, you might end up increasing the force commitment if the fight's developing more significantly. I don't know if that brings more actual force counters into play. I don't see how it couldn't. But it definitely will bring increased chits, I think, into the pick chit cup, which I find kind of weird. But we'll see. We'll see if I'm understanding it correctly. I may well not be. I don't remember what this is about anymore. There's a marker I put down for something. Damned if I can remember. Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully it's not too important. We'll see what we end up getting the Japanese to do, but I'm sure I'm just screwing up royally everywhere. Okay, well, given the nature of the game, it was bound to happen. I moved Force 2. Nothing exciting happened there, but Force 4, I got a draw. I did a draw for Force 2 as well. I got a draw of a carrier, which means we're going to get a possible attack. I made a roll for target. It's targeting carriers. I've got one within range. The range has gone up to 9 hexes at this point, at least for carriers. So I can make a strike there. Great. Now I'm on the attack strength table. I think. I've got no revealed strength, so I'll be rolling here. Now modifiers, I don't think I'm at the 7 to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yes, I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I didn't realize I was that far away. That's a big penalty to the die roll. That's a -3. And I roll a 1, that's -2. So now I've got a 2 attack strength table. I think. Because I've got no revealed air strength yet. I gotta figure out what that all means. Okay, now jumping back to section 4, I don't know where I was there to find where Japanese attack. This is one of the problems. They're up at 15 because this is handling hidden forces. This strength 2 attack that's been launched, I'm handling over here for air to sea attacks. And then they informed me that it's the same procedure as U.S. strikes, which I think are actually not. Oh no, they're covered here in air to sea attacks. Okay. The first thing to check is U.S. warning. I don't have to worry about that because I don't have anything aboard the flight decks anymore that's ready to go. So I guess I have combat versus cap, but let me look at the US and see what we have. Yeah, we got to do that. So total of steps in the cap box. Well, that's a lot. Probably more than I could launch. Nah, eight steps there. Okay. Does not have a time aloft because it's cap is assumed to be landing all the time or something, but not interfering with anything else, I guess. I hope. Roll a die and add an escort modifier determined by the number of Japanese air points taking all part in the attack. Consult the escort modifier chart, which is somewhere in this pile of stuff. And I'm putting off doing any other gaming based on this, and I just don't know why I'm bothering. I hate doing this shit. Okay, well, I'll take about 15 minutes to figure out where that table is, I guess. Okay, make that 2, but still, I can't see when I'm talking on camera, and I can't think, and this game is just beyond my ability to play this way. Alright, so I have 8 or something cap points. And that's going to put me over on this column. Strike size is tiny, so the escort modifier is going to be a +1 to the die roll, I guess. Which means I'm liable to hurt it. I get a total of 3. That's not going to result in any damage. Whatever that meant. Now anti-aircraft fire. I can use a maximum of 8 ships anti-aircraft. Okay. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have more than 8 ships. Now I flip back through the rules to try to see what numbers mean what on what kind of ships. Because I don't think they're consistent. Anti-air is the first number over here, and on surface ships too. So, well, let's find a calculator because this is more adding than I want to do when I'm not able to think. And I'm Task Force 16, so I got 12 for the carrier. I definitely want that in a couple of these big ships. That's 8 more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so all but one of these. And that means 3, 4, 5, 15, 16 more points. So I'm at 36 anti-air value. Alright, back through the rules to find out what that means. Modified by the quality. I'm in early war, whatever that means. So let's see how many points are eliminated here. And somewhere I ought to have some air points for the Japanese or something, but I don't see any counters, so I'll just use this die to indicate the 2. And there's an anti-air fire. Okay. 1 to 2 points. That's what I got coming in. So there's a -3 to the anti-air table, which sounds like I'm not going to do much damage. My anti-air is 36, which means I'll be on the 30 table. That gives me no attack modifier when it comes to it. -2 to the die roll probably means I'm not going to do much damage. 4 is 2. Okay, so I do 0. Great. Now, I use target specification roll. Okay, I'm going to have to read. I'll be back. Okay, we've done most of this before for the US. What I have is my attack strength, because of the year that we're in, is 5 per air point. That means I have 10 attack strength. That drops below an 11. So I'm going to get 1 die at -1. And that's going to be targeted at the carrier. it would be targeted at multiple, it would be split between carriers. Now, if there were many. Now, I've got to find the attack table. I'm not on the ground. There's an air attack strength table. No, that's not it. It's not here. Confirmation. There's that. Uh-oh. It should be on here somewhere. Jeez. Air attack damage table is what I use. So I've got one die at -1 on my carrier. Let's see what else we got here. No modifier. There's cap. The target does not have unready or ready aircraft. But it does have stuff in the servicing box. Oh, that's not good. So that adds +1. But I've got a -1 due to the limited attack size. So I roll a die. And ouch, I'm taking 3 hits. And now I go back to rule 19 here to find out how that's going to be allocated. And oh, I got to make a US log sheet. Great. Alright, I'll do that. Okay, so that's marked off as a single hit here. That has no additional effects. This is going to land on turn 5, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Because that means the plane's been up forever. So I'm not sure I buy that, but it says turns later. It could be up to 4 turns later. That's a lot of distance. But anyway, I'm talking 2 turns. That may include, though, servicing in there, I'm assuming, because at 9 hexes we're talking 18. Yeah, that's a lot of moves. They've got a lot of range, I guess. That's, certainly more than I do, which I knew. All right, so that takes care of, I think, the action for this, and we have a little marker here. I'll continue the rest of the Japanese moves. One thing to note, coming back immediately, I boosted my commitment index. That's up to 12. I've got almost as many forces in terms of air points that I'm allowed to have on the board, from what I can tell. So I don't know what that means. I think somehow I can't exceed that until the next day. So that means I've kind of contacted all the carriers, and I'm not sure this can go up to full strength anymore, this newfound one, because it might be like a CVE or something because of the restriction there. I'll try to figure that out if I have to. Okay, so joy of joys, I got the Raboul Jet, and that has its own special rules. And again, this is only in the advanced game that you're dealing with all this crap, and I probably bit off more than I can chew here. So I'm going to roll on this Raboul attack table, and it's turn 1 through 3. Less than 5 hexes? I don't think so. What? I'm going to be maybe heading for here or something. I don't know. It's definitely not less than 5 hexes. I gotta turn 3 range gradient. Okay, so +5 to my die roll. There's a good chance I won't get anything, I hope. And that's a 15. So Raboul, I get a pass from again. And after some that were out of range, now I pull this chip number 8 here. Now this is a level 1 surface fleet. You would think, okay, no problem there. No, I have to check that to see on the intelligence tables if I was wrong and it actually is a carrier and has forces heading towards me. So that's the 1 to 2 table. I don't remember what kind of surface it is. So just a level 1 surface. That's -4 because I'm close to commitment. And revealed air strength modifier. Geez, I don't remember what that is. Alright, we'll look up that roll again. Okay, I may have done that wrong before. That has no effect on this. Unless there's a revealed air strength, but I don't know what the 0 is for in that case. I don't know. Is that another -4? Maybe, maybe not. Who the hell knows? It does not, I don't think, have any. I don't know why it would have a 0. I'm just going to ignore this. So I'm at -4. That means I get a 2. That would go to a small surface. So I don't, goddamn, I don't get a carrier sneaking up on me there. It doesn't mean that it isn't one. And now I get to go to the U.S. turn. And God, I almost want to just stop for the night at this point. I've promised myself I'll get through one action phase for the day. Well, that wasn't too hard for the Americans. Probably don't have room to put these guys up on deck because I've got one of these planes is coming towards them. The second one, I may want to launch that. I'll move them up. That's 8 steps. I think I'm allowed to move 8 steps. I really don't care enough to look up. Here it is. Yes. Yeah. Great. And then this guy, well, he's got more than 8 steps on board. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 8. I got to get some of these down, I guess. I don't know why they're there. Oh, that's the Yorktown. Wait, what? I don't care. I'll pull these down and have those. Now, do I want to launch anything? Probably. I don't know what the hell's flying. I got strikes all over the place. Yeah, I might as well launch this shit and bring some more up. I want to keep hitting that carrier, and I got a whole bunch of these SBDs. I think I'm allowed to launch 8 steps at once. So we'll send force 5 up. That's going to get a little marker and get some crap there. I hope I did that in the right order. What about the Lexington? That probably wants to launch too. I want to destroy those carriers, and that's all I really care about. And I'll put the markers in play for them. And up this goes.